Hi, I'm Esperanza and welcome to Art from the Heart at St. Augustine's Church. And we are still on the topic rather, of Impressionism. And today's subject would be the St. Paul's Cathedral, which is a very popular landmark in London. And yes, this is what we did in our session today. So we are going to do it online as well. So let's make a start. Okay, the first thing we need to do this art piece, of course, is our watercolor paper. And I am going to do a sketch on the paper. And the sketch for this would be kind of very mechanical in my opinion, because I'm going to use basic shapes and polygons, lines, just to capture the proportion. So the first thing I'm going to do, okay, would be to draw a vertical line right at the middle of the page. And from here, I am going to draw a horizontal line. Okay, unlike this one, wherein I intended to do foreground but did not. For this one, I won't be doing a foreground, and I will be lowering down the image, centering it, and also extending the sky a little bit higher, or giving it some more space in this area. So I am going to draw a horizontal line over here at the bottom. So now I have two guidelines, one vertical and one horizontal. And then here, I am going to draw a square. Well, roughly a square. And that will be this area over here. Okay, and later on, I will be drawing some more shapes in and out of the square, but this will serve as a guideline for the proportion. Now, from this, okay, I am going to draw another rectangle on top, just a narrow bit, a curve over it. Okay, one moment. Just a shallow curve. Again, we're doing Impressionism. I'm not going to use exact measurements, exact shapes, or anything that's really exact. But again, the proportions should correspond to the actual piece or the actual subject. So here, okay, I am going to draw a horizontal line here. Okay, here I already have one. And then I will draw another curve, okay, almost parallel to that one, to the first curve. And then, okay, I will move up a little bit. Okay, let me extend this here. And then I am going to draw a pair of parallel lines, really short ones here on top, like so. And then a semicircle on top, or roughly a semicircle, maybe a little bit pointed. And then I am going to draw a rectangle here, not too big, because again, it should be in proportion. Again, I am using basic shapes and polygons, so just mostly curved lines, circles, squares, rectangles, straight lines. So that's basically what I'm using for this. And then here, okay, another curved line. So in fact, this is not really a rectangle in the strict sense, because this line here is curved. Okay, and then similarly, I have a sort of a square here, but again, the lines are curved. And then here on top, again, I have a semicircle. Then I draw a line. I think the line is too long, so I just erase part of it. Then I draw a circle on it, like so. And then a small square. And that is because the cross is not facing us directly, but we still have to have an idea that it is a cross on top of the dome. Okay, so here we go back down, okay, slowly. And then what I did here is actually to count the squares. So again, it's an impressionist work. You don't really have to do that. However, I did that to attain the proportion. So I'm not gonna do it this time. I'm just going to roughly estimate it. But again, the proportion should be consistent with the actual subject. The details, not necessarily there, but the proportions should be there. Because if you look at it closely, um, you actually won't see too much details, but if you look at it from afar, you will definitely identify that this is an image, some sort of rendering of the St. Paul's Cathedral. Okay, so going back, okay, I now draw a line here, and this will be another marker that I will be using. So I just draw it up to that point, and then, okay, I will draw a triangle here, which is this bit. And then I will erase the inside of that triangle, draw a curve in it, like so. And then here, some sort of a skirt. Okay, and then here, a line in the middle, dividing this object into two parts. And then I would need to draw a curved line here as well. So now I connect this, and I will erase the straight line at the bottom of the curve. Okay, I will erase this guideline as well because I already know that they are lined. Okay, so now I just need to draw a line parallel to this. Okay, like so. Okay, again, it's not exact. And then I will go back to this bit at the center and then create some sort of rectangular shape. Okay, and then again, parallel lines here, and again, another set of parallel lines there. And then here, okay, I'm going to draw a window. And then here, okay, let me extend this now. So I'm going to extend this whole thing like so. And then this one as well. And then here I draw my other window, similar to that one on that side. Okay. Okay, so now I have two windows, this rectangle at the center, this curve here, just making it darker so you can see. And now I move up. Okay, I move up. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot this bit. I need to put a curve here. Yes, and then horizontal lines to connect that curve to the sides. Okay, now we can really move up. So we just draw a pair of parallel lines there, another pair, and we have our next rectangle. And then there, just like so, a curved line. And okay, on top of the window, there's another rectangle. And right on top of that rectangle is a triangle. Okay, so again, it's just polygons and simple shapes, that we put together to make this exciting art piece. Okay, so we've done that. Okay, next we go to the next level. Okay, which is this one. Okay, this is a bit more exciting. Okay, I need to create a rectangle here enclosed by parallel lines, and then let me look at the original. Yes, there are 3 of them, so another one here and another one here. Now I will do another one here, except that here there's a rectangle inside, and same as this one. Let me just redo that to make it clearer. Okay, so like so. So inside the 2 lines is a rectangle. And then here, another rectangle in between the 2 lines. And then we have the parallel lines again. And we're done with that bit. Next. Okay, as I told my students earlier, it's like this has a belt. A little in excess to the edge. Okay. And the next would be here. Okay, I think we've done this one pretty well. So next is the buildings. Okay, the buildings in this case is a little bit more complicated. Okay, I'm going to use one of the artworks I have for my other class. So for the building, I would like to, have to be consistent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to project this to the corner here to the edge of the paper. So that's an intersection. So it's going to be from there. And then if I start from there and then pass through this piece here, this corner, okay, let me just see how that, no, that would make it too high. So I would have to go through the next bit. Okay, so to be consistent, I draw a line here. However, I don't draw through this art piece. Now, we started there. So I'm going to mark this about 1/2 centimeter. And here, about 1, 2, 3, about 4 centimeters. Okay. So they are not intersecting completely. But this is to ensure that the lines are not parallel and that they go towards the vanishing point. And the vanishing point crosses the centerpiece. And later on, you will see when we do the other building, there's another vanishing point on the other side, going the other direction, which also makes our building the centerpiece. Okay, so that's it. The next bit would be to draw a straight line going up. Again, this is just our guideline. In between that, just draw a line going up. Just stop before passing through the first story of this building over here. And then here, just another parallel line, like so. So I have this bit, this bit, this bit, and that. So now I'm going to erase the guidelines because they will now start to confuse me because I have so many lines to refer to. So I have to make sure that I have the correct lines. Okay, so now this marks my building and I will put the windows on later. Just by painting. So, but I did mark the shape of the building and how it converges in this area. So that's to create the dynamism, to make it more dynamic. Now, for the other building I have here, okay, let me the one corner here, one point here. Would that be great? No, I don't think it would. Um, Let me see. Okay, yeah, that should be okay. I would need that line to mark it again. So here, I will start with, no, this one. I will start with this point here, okay? And then I want it to pass through this corner, okay? So my guideline is going to be here. So again, as I said, that's a guideline, and that's not really the building. So here I draw a vertical line, and I stop when I hit the guideline. Okay, and now this is my building over here. Okay, let me erase this because I think it's too close to the side. So if ever we frame this art piece, it's going to cover that bit. So I'm going to avoid painting on the outermost edge. Okay, so this is lovely. Now we have our sketch, and we just need to start painting. Okay, so to start, we will do the background first, and that would be the sky. So I'm just painting this with water, like so. Okay, and I need to paint these areas with water as well. Just to ensure a flat wash or a smooth flow of paint that appears even on the paper. Okay, now that's great. Now I'm going to get some blue paint. Okay. And I am going to draw some shapes here for my clouds. Yes, that's right. You see it, right? Okay, I overdid it here, so I need to lift that. And to lift that, I will use a kitchen towel so that it's clean. And because I painted it with water, the paint would look soft when it spreads, creating some feathering. And it will stop once it reaches the edge, the dry edge. Okay, so let me do this. Fantastic. So now, okay, now we have these clouds. Okay, so the sky, the background is ready. So we shall now move on to the building itself. Oh dear, I think I'm spreading too much water. Okay, so for the building itself, I'm just going to paint it with water. Oh dear, it's spread here again. Okay. So again, just paint this part with water, like so. Fantastic. Now I am going to dilute some black paint to create gray. And I'm going to paint this area, which is my dome. And I'm just going to paint it down towards the rest of the building. Okay, if I need more paint, I'll just get some and then paint the rest of the building. But I feel comfortable because I painted it with water, so it won't create unnecessary stains. Okay, fantastic. So now we painted the base layer for our building. Okay, maybe lift some of the paint. So I'm just going to add water to make it lighter. Okay, I'm going to lift some of it because I want this front part to be lighter, or this lower part of the building in front of, right in front of the dome itself. I want it to be lighter than the dome, just a little bit. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy with that. And now I will proceed to the building here on this part. Okay, so just as what we did earlier, we just paint it with water. Be mindful of where we start and end. And I will take burnt sienna. Okay, so there's burnt sienna. And there we go. And then okay, then I will paint some windows. Okay, it's drying really fast, so I'm just adding more water to it. And I'm also adding more burnt sienna to it, like so. And then now I put more burnt sienna here in this part. And also here. Now I am going to mix a little bit of burnt sienna and red, and I'm going to use that for this part of the building. So this is going to be slightly redder. Okay. And then I'm going to create smaller windows. Okay. So that's done. Oh, I need to spray that there. And part of this will be covered by leaves, the green. Okay. Now I will now do this bit, the building over here. And I will paint this in burnt umber. Okay, I think I overdid that, so I need to dab it dry. Oh dear, really overdid that. Okay, now I can start painting it with water again. But I have to be, wait one moment. But I have to be really mindful that I don't touch the line, so that the water doesn't bleed into the other parts of the painting. This one's already bleeding in, but that's not a problem because we're going to paint the tree in front of this, so that is fine. So now we paint this with burnt umber. Okay, wow. So we've done very well. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is to paint burnt umber on some parts of the cathedral itself. So let me just dilute this because I think my burnt umber is too thick. I need more water. Maybe I need, okay, that should be fine. Yes, so now, oh, I'm sorry. We need to paint yellow ochre first on some areas of the art piece. And the reason is, in watercolor, you cannot put darker color, I mean a lighter color on top of a darker color to cover it. So we have to be very careful and make sure that if we want this area, let's say, to be lighter, we paint the light color in first. And then this as well. Okay, and then this one, that one, certain important areas that have to be painted with yellow ochre. Ah, this is important, really important. Let me see what else is there. Okay, this side. Okay, I think that's it. We've done pretty well. So now it's time for burnt umber. Okay, for burnt umber, okay, we need to start somewhere. Let's say from here, from the bottom. So just to be more organized, like so. So we're painting the pillars first. Okay, and then here as well, I'm painting the pillars. And then here, I am painting this semicircle. And there's something inside it, the design inside it. Okay, but that design is not clear. So now I'm just, oops. I should be painting this rectangle. Okay, I would need to lift some of the color, which has spread like this one. So I'm just going to get my kitchen towel, handy dandy kitchen towel, and then lift it. And then, ta-da! There we go. And then now, I will proceed to the next part, which is some sort of a balcony in this area. Okay. And then this curved part of this building over here. And then another curved part of this building, but this one has some sort of a design. So it's not a continuous line. It's supposed to create some sort of an image of a design. Okay, and then we have this. Okay, and then let me just go back to this area here where we had yellow ochre. So I just have to paint the edges with the burnt umber. To create the design, mix it a little bit to make sure it looks smooth. And for this one, again the edges, including the curve. Okay, edges, including the curve. And there we go. Now I need to add some water again for it to mix a little bit to make it look smoother, more natural. Okay, so I now have that, and then I move on to this part. So I'm just going to paint the sides of the pillars. Which actually creates dimension. And then here on this part, okay, I'm going to paint some squares in it, like so. And then the edges. I'm just trying to clean the sides. Okay, so now we have our burnt umber in place. Let me see if I'm still missing some spots. Yes, I am I am missing some spots. So here we have like so. Oh, and we did miss the triangles here and these rectangles themselves. So okay, fantastic. Now also here, okay, as you can see here, these two buildings on the side are focusing the attention on the item here in between them. So that's a good start for us. Now, I need to make some blue and green to create a beautiful color for this part. Yes, this part of the cathedral. And just you can just spread it down, that's okay. But you cannot go over uh, this horizontal line. Okay, so now we are ready. We are ready for some of the details. Okay, but this area is still wet. So while we are letting it dry, I am going to get some green paint and I am going to start creating the tree by just dabbing some paint all over. Well, not really all over. We do have some sort, we do need to have some sort of direction. Okay, so most of that goes in front of this building. Now, I am going to take a darker green. Okay, so over that lighter green, I'm painting a darker green. But I'm doing it by just dabbing my brush pointed directly towards the paper. And then again, some areas I will dab with more green. And by doing so, I'm creating dimension just by dabbing the paint over. Okay, and here I'm also going to put some green here. Okay. And maybe a little more here in this area. Just to make it more balanced. Now I'm gonna clean my brush. Okay, and then I'm going to take some more burnt umber, and I'm going to draw some squares here, or rectangles in this building. Okay. And then I'm just going to add some water here. Just let it spread. Now it's time for my black paint. Ooh, exciting. So I'm going to start here on this side. So these are my windows. Okay, fantastic. So now I have a more realistic looking windows here. And then I'm gonna dip my brush in some water, paint the rest of the black paint here on top, and then just spread it over. Okay, so now I have a better image here of the building on the side. And now, while this part is drying, and while all of this are drying, let's address this building. So for this building, I would have long windows. I want long windows for this. Okay, let me get some more black paint. Right? And then I probably need more burnt umber here, just to make it look more even. And by that, I just want to show a smoother transition of colors. Okay, so now I have these bits, and we're almost finished. So first, I need to paint the black areas which are here. Make that darker. Okay, this window, this window. Okay, the lower part of this one as well, this thing in the middle, this this sort of triangle shaped roof. Okay. and here as well. So here to create that design. Again, let the black paint mix. Okay, and now we do this triangles, the rectangles. Okay, now the lines. So the lines, okay, and now this okay, now this area, which I used to call a belt. Yes, I'm putting some dots, some lines which are not continuous, and then I am drawing a line on top of it to create the necessary impressionist design I want. Okay, and then here, fantastic. Okay, now the lines. Let me put more paint on it. Yes, like that. Make it more crisp. Let me just turn it around. And then now this bit over here. Oh, and then here. Okay. I need more black paint. Okay. And there we are. Our very own Impressionist version of St. Paul's Cathedral. If viewing it from between two buildings. I hope you enjoyed the sessions, and thank you very much for joining. Bye-bye.